What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 17 of the BoonaFide special. This one's titled 3 Layers of Service. This was a YouTube video I recorded last weekend, and it really dives deep into a lot of different ways that people get fulfillment. It's something that has really bugged me since I've started creating content. I see a lot of people give advice of be of service, don't have any ulterior motives, do the right thing, be genuine, do all this. And it's like, that's great, but I've never heard anyone actually break it down. So that's exactly what this episode's about. Hope you guys enjoy. Out of the large group of people who tend to have everything figured out, not even figured out, but put together, that just seem overwhelmingly happy. And I'm here to tell you how they do that, because regardless of how much money you have, you can achieve the same happiness. And I'm going to break this down into three different layers. 3 different layers of service. We're going to talk about being a service at your job. We're going to talk about being a service to your friends. And then we're going to talk about getting into the trenches. And I'll elaborate on each of those right now. So, number 1, being a service at your job. This is the type of service where you get paid money for something you do for a client or a customer. Base level. Are you providing real value? Absolutely. That customer sees a product that they want, and you're able to assist them in buying it or helping fix the issue. Right? Great value in that. Second is going to be around your friends. And this is a tricky one. This is a little bit more rewarding one as well, though. Find a group of friends that are able to hold you accountable, who are not afraid to tell you the truth, but also understand when and how to help you. And what I mean by that is sometimes when I'm upset, I just need someone to listen. I don't even need them to say anything. I don't even need them to tell me that they understand. I just need someone to listen, for me to vent my frustrations, for them to do a virtual head nod over the phone or in person, and that's really it. There's another area where there's another type of being helpful and being of service where, I may need them to sympathize or empathize with me, and then there's the last bit where if I have been repeating the same behavior over and over and over, and they've been listening and understanding over and over and over, and they're tired of hearing it over and over and over, they may say, you know what, Kyle, you're pretty fucking delusional right now. And here's why. And this is not to be mean, it's not to be cruel, it's to tell me the truth what's the word I'm looking for? To penetrate this thick ass ego that I have. Right? We're gonna roll with that. First take. Sometimes the direct truth and examples of how it's showing up in my life and how it's affecting other people is exactly what I need to hear. Do I need to like them at the moment? Absolutely not. Should they care? Absolutely not. The point is that they care enough to tell you the truth and not sugarcoat something that's going to help you eventually in the long run. Right? And there's ways about doing this, and you can analyze with your circle of friends who you feel comfortable doing that with, how to approach them, what their limits are, what their boundaries are, assess the situation they're going through, so on and so forth. Right? That's called self-awareness around not only your friends but also yourself, and how you bring concerns and how you bring help to that person. Again, so within that level, there's about 3 different to 4 different, and I'm sure there's a lot of different ways that you can be of service to your friends. Right? And my circle of friends is very small, but I can absolutely rely on these friends to help me at the drop of a hat. And that's pretty cool, man. It's a pretty cool feeling to know that, like, we are all in this together and we all have each other's back. Which brings me to my third point. Very similar to the second one. The second one where you're being helpful to your friends, generally you're not expecting something in return. Or at least you shouldn't be. You should just genuinely want to help that person, right? Last part is something that I believe is the most important part that a lot of people don't mention, or you'll hear it in some entrepreneurs, and I heard it in Gary Vee at one point in time, and it made a lot of sense, and it actually validated a lot of what I'm talking about right now, and a lot of what I do in my free time. A lot of what I do, or a lot of what I put as a priority, right? And that's called getting in the trenches with people less fortunate. There's a fly in my apartment. You know what? He needs to hear this as well. And what I mean by that is doing something like going and building a house for, Habitat for Humanity, going and volunteering at a retirement home, going and giving money to the homeless, or going to a homeless shelter to do a food drive, to a food bank, to serve food to the homeless, or like me, working with other drug addicts and alcoholics. There's nothing that keeps me more grounded than being right at the beginning where I started, with someone who is hopeless, with someone who doesn't have shit to their name, with someone who thinks that life isn't treating them fair, regardless of the situation, right? And that does a lot of different things. Number one, if I expect something from them, there's something seriously wrong that I need to take a look at, right? So it allows me to truly not have any expectation of anything in return. I am helping them because I want them to genuinely succeed, right? And this is not something I go share on social media or go post, to my friends, or go let, someone know how great of a job I did of being of service. That takes away the whole point. That takes away all of the beauty of doing this, right? Because then at that point you're doing it for others' validation, and while that's cool and that's great, that's not, you do you live your own life, but it takes all of the fulfillment away. There's a lot of other things it does too. And there's no quantifiable data around this. There's no spreadsheets or charts or numbers. Thank God, because I hate numbers. Your life will get exponentially better the more you do this. Right? Doesn't mean you need to do this every single day of the week. No. But guess what? I know people who are, and they are extremely happy. Right? This allows... Hold on. I lost my train of thought there. What this does, this allows you generally, here's catching myself up here. Generally, when you're doing that, it's been my own personal experience that all of a sudden I am aware of more opportunity. Life tends to treat me better. It doesn't mean that if you're of service, then life's always going to be dandy. Life still sucks, but you know what? When I am genuinely of service and I care about the others' well-being before my own, I don't have anything to worry about because I know that I'm always taken care of. I'm always okay in here. I'm always right-sized in here. Right? And there's something to that. And again, there's not anything that can tell you that this is, A plus B equals C. Even though that's what it is, I be of service, don't expect anything in return. I get happy. Right? That's it. Great. Cool. There's another thing that it does for you, that it does for me. I try not to make these types of videos about you. I try to make it about facts of my experience that you can take and apply to your own life. Because what works for me, exactly what works for me, may not work for you. But you know what? A little bit of it just might. A little bit of it might. So that's really why I do that. The last part is that it keeps me grounded. It keeps me humble because life right now, it's really good. Right? I'm at a point in my life where I have my own apartment. I'm paying my own bills. I'm paying back loans. I'm caring for a dog. I'm creating content. I'm a manager of a stream team. I'm competing in esports. I'm putting all the pieces together to one day achieve my own goal, my own end goal of running and owning my own esports organization. Right? And that's a really cool feeling. But guess what? Life can get really good, and I can get really ungrateful. And this is not an original term that I'm about to say. This is not an original quote. The most recent person that I know that shares this is Gary Vee. However, it's something that I was told many years ago. And it's in a couple other books. It's keep your feet on solid ground and keep your head in the clouds. That's what being of service allows people like me to do. And it can be someone like you as well. I just want you to sit there and let that like sink in for a minute. Right? This allows me to stay at the source to show me how real life still is, regardless of how good my life gets. That's the secret right there. And it gives me chills down my entire back and my spine. Because this is the secret, guys. And regardless of how you do it, I urge you utterly to find that one thing that you can relate to, that one person you can relate to, and get in the trenches with somebody who has literally nothing. Even when you feel like you have nothing, I guarantee you there's someone who has less than you. Right? And all of a sudden, here's the last is a bonus. It's a bonus piece. The last piece is that all of a sudden my problems that I think are just so grand, what am I trying to say here? They're so large that I can't ever deal with them, or how do I do this? All of a sudden, it right sizes them to where I can look at it and either go, oh, why the fuck am I so nervous about this? Or, oh, wow, here's another perspective that I didn't see that allows me to walk through whatever fear it is that I think I have going on, or whatever situation that I have that's so important that I need to spend all my time thinking about. This allows me to detach from my own thoughts and identify with what's in here. And when I identify with what's in here, all of a sudden, this gets quiet. This gets super, super quiet. Guys, I hope this helped a lot. This is something I really enjoy doing. My first actual recording of this, I thought my microphone was on. Apparently it wasn't. So I have about 15 minutes of me going like, which may have been funny, and I will save the video just in case, we need to do funny videos. But guys, my name's Kyle, BoonaFide Gaming. I stream on Twitch. For right now, I'm testing Mondays and Thursdays. Monday and Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm a Gears of War 5 competitive player. I'm a stream team manager for Quantum Gaming. I also compete for Quantum Gaming. And I do produce content on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and I am going to be revamping my podcast as well. But there are a few episodes out there that I'd really like for you to enjoy. I'm going to put all my links below. It would mean the world if you gave this video a like and subscribe, because I will be that goal is to producing more content on a weekly basis for YouTube, very similar videos to this. So if you enjoyed it, please let me know what you think about the comments below. Tweet at me, at BoonaFide Gaming. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite parts are. If you want to do a timestamp, that would also be greatly appreciated. Guys, hope you have a fantastic Sunday, and I love you all. You know what? We're going to edit that out. Hope you have a fantastic day, regardless of what time of day it is, what day it is. Yeah. Have a fantastic day. I love you. Guys, thank you so much for listening. I really hope this episode brought a lot of value. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to tweet at me, DM me on Instagram. Comment down below. I'm always available. So I really do appreciate that. Also, if you would be so kind, if you did enjoy this and you want to see the video version, it is uploaded to my YouTube channel. I don't yet have a custom link. It is a goal of mine for the next month is to get that custom link, which means I need 100 subscribers. I'm only about 40 away. So if you guys are feeling generous, it would take about 30 seconds of your time. I posted the link down below, as well as the links to all of my other socials, whichever way you like to consume. Thank you so much.